You wanna play with that?
Yeah.
Okay, can you give mommy 4 minutes?
No.
Mommy needs 4 minutes.
3.
You want me to set the Alexa timer so you know when 4 minutes is?
Yeah.
Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
All right, Josiah, when that timer goes off, we'll play with this, okay? Hey guys, I am coming at you with a little bit of a parenting video. I sat down to film this with no kids and then everybody
Mama.
climbed on top of me.
Mama.
Yeah, what's up? Okay, good talk. Anyway, I'm coming at you with a bit of a parenting video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Lorienne and I am the mom of 2 kids, 2 and under. My son Josiah is 2.5 and Ariella here is almost 14 months, right? So I have 2 toddlers. I would say Josiah is like a mid-tier toddler. He's not, I think like 3 is like the top of like the toddler totem pole really. And he's kind of like a mid-tier toddler. And then Ariella is a novice toddler. Like she's just starting to get into her toddlerhood. They're kind of different stages of toddlerhood with both of them.
Mommy!
But yes.
Oh, Mommy.
What?
I'm done.
You wanna play with that?
Yeah.
Okay, can you give mommy 4 minutes?
No.
Mommy needs 4 minutes.
3.
You want me to set the Alexa timer so you know when 4 minutes is?
Yeah.
Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
All right, Josiah, when that timer goes off, we'll play with this, okay? So today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about instilling independence in your toddler and kind of what we have been doing to have more independent children. As much as I love my children to be like my little babies forever, it is hard having 2 kids so close in age, and like I want them to start to be able to help or do little things on their own so that there's just like a little bit less on me. And I mean, it's never gonna be perfect, so there's always gonna be something that I'm gonna have to jump in and help with or, you know, fix after they do, but bless you. But at least it's teaching them important life lessons on being able to do things for themselves. And I feel like it's never too soon to start that. So the first thing is kind of fun. It's not so serious, and you can start it with a child as young as Ariella. Really, the only requirement is that your child is able to kind of point, and then it gets a little bit more interactive the older they get, and that's letting them pick out their clothes. So when Josiah was probably like 14 months old, 15 months old, I would pick out 2 outfits, like complete outfits that I was okay with him wearing either of them, and I would just hold them up and ask him which one he wanted. And I would kind of have to refocus him sometimes because he wasn't always, like he didn't always care, and they don't often really care, but it's just kind of getting them into the groove of being able to do this for themselves. And so I would hold up the 2 outfits and he would point to which one he wanted to wear. Now that Josiah is older, I don't do that as much where I like pre-pick out outfits for him to pick from unless we have like an event that we're going to, just so that I can make sure the options that he picks are appropriate, because the kid really would wear dinosaurs like to anything at all, no matter what it is, if I gave him that option. Now I kind of tell him what the weather's gonna be like. I'll tell him it's gonna be chilly or it's gonna be warm, so we have to do shorts and a tee, like, so I kind of guide him, and then I tell him which drawers to go in. So I go, it's time to pick out a shirt. He opens the shirt drawer. He kind of shuffles through, picks out what he wants, and then we do the same for the pants. And I filmed a little example earlier of this going down so that you can see how these interactions go. Pick a shirt. It's gonna be 50, I think it's like the high is 63, so not super. Do you wanna wear spaceships?
No.
No? Okay. You wanna wear your cats? The big cats? Okay. Now we gotta find pants. Close this one. Watch fingers. Pants, bottom drawer. Nope, shirts, pants. Okay, so this is the shirt we're wearing. What pants do you wanna wear with this?
No. This one.
Might be a better choice. Maybe,
No.
you wanna wear sweatpants? So you're cozy? What about these ones?
No.
No, you don't like those ones?
No. But this.
This is a sweatshirt, you wanna wear this?
Yeah.
And then you wear it with these ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put the big cat shirt back, okay? Because we're not gonna wear this one, right? All right, close this drawer. Watch your finger. Open this one now so we can put this away. wrong drawer. Open this one. Okay, let's put that back, now close. All right, good job. High five. Let's get you dressed. The next thing is to allow them to observe you doing things around the house, in the kitchen, wherever they show like a particular interest. Josiah really likes to like be around me when I'm in the kitchen. Now he really likes to try to be helpful. Probably about a year ago, yeah, I think I got it for him like last November. We started using it a lot around the holidays. I got like a learning tower to put up to the countertop so that he can kind of watch me do things in the kitchen. And little by little, as we've been using it, he's kind of become more helpful in whatever the activity is that we were doing. So we actually just baked sugar-free mini blueberry muffins the other day, and he really loved it. And now whenever I'm at the counter cooking, he always asks if we could pull the stool out so that he can help. And he's like, Mom, I want to help. I want to help. So I love doing things with him in the kitchen. It's like a really great bonding activity. Does it make things take longer? Sure. Does it make things a little messier? Absolutely. But he's learning something and he's gaining an interest in something that's a very valuable life skill for him to have, and is only going to benefit me for him to be able to do things for himself in the kitchen as he gets older. So this next one kind of piggybacks off of that, and it's let them help you do one of your kind of chores or tasks around the house. So when I'm doing laundry, we have stacked washer and dryer, and so I have to lift the stuff from the wash to the dryer. Sometimes I don't want to bend down, hurts my back. So Josiah will stand there and he'll pull things out and hand them to me, and I'll throw them in the dryer. And yes, it makes this activity take way longer because he's grabbing things in like 1 and 2s to put up there. And if it's a big load of laundry, it could take quite some time to get everything in there. And towards the end, I probably say like, thank you, mommy's got it from here kind of thing. But again, it's teaching him a valuable life skill, and it's teaching him to be helpful. And if there's one thing that I've learned about toddlers, he's blowing me kisses from the table, which is adorable. Filming with the kids like awake and around is absolute chaos, but it's literally the only time I have to do this, or just it would never get done. If there's one thing I've learned about toddlers is that they love being helpful. They really do enjoy being helpful, and they take so much pride in being able to help. You will never see a toddler more proud of themselves when they help you do something, or when they feel like they've completed a task that you've given them. They're so proud of themselves, and that's such a great thing to build up in them, that self-esteem and that confidence in themselves. But then once your toddler has kind of, you know, watched you do things and assisted a little bit in you doing things, and they're, you know, kind of mastering that skill, it's probably time to give them their own chore. It shouldn't be anything, you know, really crazy. It should obviously be age appropriate. Josiah's chore is feeding the dogs in the evening. The way that we started doing this was I would scoop the food in each bowl, and then I would hand him the bowl, and it was his responsibility to remember which bowl goes where, because we have 3 dogs, so they each eat in a different spot. And he figured that out, and now he loves to like dump like things. So I'll scoop the food, hand him the scooper, he'll dump it into the bowl, and then he will place everything down. It's also his responsibility to remind mommy that it is time to feed the dogs, because sometimes it gets so chaotic in the evening that it does slip my mind. And so he'll come up to me and let me know like, it's time to feed Shar Shar, it's time to feed Brody. And so then we go into the whole routine, but that's his chore, and he really enjoys doing it. As much as I wish that I had endless time to hang out with my kids and play with them and do things with them, it's just not always the case. Sometimes I only have 10 minutes to dedicate to playtime in the evening before I have to jump into the evening rush, which is like, you know, the dishes, the dinner, the laundry, cleaning up from the day, like all of that stuff. So in times like that, or in times when I need to work or whatever, I have to encourage them to play on their own. Now in my situation, I have 2, so they can play together, but that often backfires on me because a lot of the times they will fight with each other, and Josiah can be a little aggressive as he learns how to work through frustration and stuff like that, and we're working on it. Once we get a handle on how to deal with anger and frustration with him, we're gonna go through the whole thing over again with Ariella. But they're both kind of at an age now where I feel comfortable with them being down in the playroom by themselves, because I'm on the main floor right now, and then our playroom is down, like it's a split level, so it's right down on the first level, but it's not too far away. I can still hear them perfectly from the kitchen, and I can listen for anything that sounds urgent. And Josiah is now at an age where even though sometimes he fights with his sister, he also watches out for his sister, and he'll come get me if he needs me for something. So I feel good about them playing on their own. Sometimes they go down there and they play together, and sometimes they go to their own separate corners and play on their own. But I've really been working on establishing them being able to do their own things. So they don't always need mommy to play because mommy can't always play and neither can daddy. And so sometimes they kind of have to do their own thing. And I was very big on kind of playing by myself when I was younger and going off and doing things by myself. And honestly, it helped me build up like a fabulous imagination as a child, and that's really what I hope for them too. So we're trying to instill that. Now this last one, we're working on this one. It's still a struggle. It's getting a little bit better. I feel like every day gets a little bit better, but that's cleaning up after themselves. Now Ariella doesn't really clean up after herself at all. Sometimes if you do things, she'll kind of come over and mimic. So if I start putting things in a bin, she'll come over, but she'll just throw whatever in the bin. She doesn't know what's supposed to go in the bin from what's not. She just wants to do what it is that you're doing. But again, it's still fine. Sometimes I just let her do that, and then when she goes off to do something else, I'll kind of like correct everything. But this way it makes her feel like she's helped and she's done something. Josiah more so is at an age where he can kind of gather like, this basket is for cars, all the cars go in this basket. This basket's for dinosaurs, all the dinosaurs go in this basket. So we're working on that. And my mother, who watches them during the day while we work, is very good about not letting him pull out another thing to play with until he's cleaned up the mess that he's already made. So if he's already pulled out blocks, he's got to put the blocks away before he pulls out all of the plastic dinosaurs. And so he knows to do that. As long as I stay firm in it, I think that we'll start to see some really good traction in him being able to clean up. And those are the 6 things that we do in our house to instill independence in our toddlers. I'll read with you in a second. I just feel like by building up that independence, we're building up some self-confidence. That sense of accomplishment is so important. I have to say that the feeling I get watching Josiah be so proud of himself for helping or finishing a task totally outweighs the frustration and like all the patience that it takes to sometimes allow him to do those things for himself, because let's be real, like I said, it could take longer, it could be messier, sometimes you don't have the time, sometimes you don't have the patience, and it can be frustrating for us as parents because we have things to do. But it's so good to just like let them explore and figure things out for themselves, and seeing him be proud of himself totally outweighs any of the frustration that I feel as the task is happening. A tip for parents who, you know, are running low on patience, have a ton going on, and you want to instill independence in your toddler, but you have trouble facilitating it in your household because of your own things. I suggest trying things out at a time of day when your patience is at its highest. For me, that's early in the morning when we first get up. I'm more of a morning person. Towards the end of the day, I have nothing left to give. And so that is not when I want to be doing these things with the kids. I have to kind of get these lessons out of the way early. Anyway, my kids are no longer distracted by their food and I have to jump back into parenthood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can leave me any questions, comments down below. Don't forget to like it, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.